The market stays in its range Friday as we wait for it to decide what it's going to do next. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market sold off a little bit in the pre-market on Friday when the jobs report came out, then spent the rest of the day clawing back those losses and trading basically sideways for the entire day, keeping us in the range we've been in for about a week. We're still waiting for the market to tip his hand, but it did drop below that 41.26 level we've been talking about, which is a sign of weakness in the market. I'll get into all that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so with the market staying in that range that we've been in for about a week, we really didn't get a whole lot of information other than they did break that support level I mentioned. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour SPX chart. And as you can see, we opened lower on Friday below that 41.26 level we've been talking about. And then they immediately bought it back up in the first hour, sold it down the second hour, and then for the rest of the day, basically climbed back up to break even to keep us in this range we've been in here for about a week now, where the market just hasn't been able to push much up or down. And we did get a break of that 41.26 support, which does show weakness to the upside. However, the bears were unable to follow through, even though they opened below that and break this 40.90 and ultimately that 40.80 level we've been talking about. And as I said, until this 40.80 breaks, that's when we know that we should be in the pullback and we should see a bigger drop. But the break of the upper support here at 41.26 is a sign of weakness overall. Does that mean they can't push this higher? No, of course not. They can absolutely still push it higher. However, it does create a very sloppy pattern up here that is not very strong for the bulls. So they could push this higher up towards 41.88 to 42.10. Those would be the next targets higher. But I would expect a pretty big sell-off if we do that. I would expect them to hit that target and then see a pretty quick drop because all of this at the top is very sloppy and the whole move up is a diagonal as well. And when diagonals complete, they sell off very quickly. So if they do try to push this higher, our next target up would be 41.88, then 42.10 on the SPX. And from there, I would expect to see strong selling to the downside and a pullback. But remember, guys, until they break this 40.80 level, okay, the pressure and the buyers are still in control. So this 40.80 support level is what you want to see break to kind of confirm we're in the pullback. Otherwise, they can still try to grind this higher and push up towards that 42.10 mark. Okay, so not a whole lot has changed other than we did break that support level, which should be a warning sign for the bulls. All right, now let's jump over and look at the futures really quickly. Okay, as of right now, we're down a few points in the futures, 4 or 5 points here, but no real indication of a confirmation that they're going to start the pullback or push higher. Right now, we're still trading in this big triangle here and in this overall range. So no real indication yet from the market on which way we're headed. But as I said, we're looking for that 40.80 level to break to start the pullback. And until that does, we can still grind higher up towards that 42.10 SPX level. Over on the NASDAQ, we have a slightly different pattern over here as the NASDAQ has continued to push and then sold off a little bit on Friday. And the NASDAQ does have a much more complete pattern to the upside. So it does appear that the NASDAQ could have topped and been starting the pullback here. But again, until we get out of this range, we've been in here for about a week. Until we get out of that range and until this 12.814 support breaks down here, until that happens, they can still push higher. The next higher target on the NASDAQ is 13.755. So until they can push down below this 12.814 level here, then the bulls can still be in control and can still take this higher. But the NASDAQ does have a more complete pattern to the upside, so it is much more plausible that the NASDAQ pattern is complete and will lead the charge down because it led the charge up as well. Guys, if you like the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Okay, go ahead and click that link and it will take you right over to the website. Once you get there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, make sure you become part of our trading team, and make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. Our first room, my Invest with Jacob room, has all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. I trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, If you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He structures his trades to get you in cheap and get big multiples on your money, and it's a very unique style, which is another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account and uses mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods to build it, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in here so we can make some money together. Key takeaways for today. We're waiting for the market to break out of this range we've been in. They've been trading sideways for about a week now, and we need them to either push up towards that 42.10 area to top and then start the pullback, or break that 40.80 low to start the pullback more directly. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of deal. They can still push higher as long as they're over that 12,814 level down here. And if they do push higher, they can target 13,755 for the next move up. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.